Welcome back to my channel, you guys. So on today's video, I'm not wearing much of lip gloss or anything because I'm going to show you guys what I've done to turn my lips, which were very, very dark, way darker than this, to what it is now. And it doesn't look like it's changed colors, but if I show you before and after pictures, you'll see like how much my lips have changed. So usually my lips are black all the way right here because I smoke pot. And so it's definitely made me self-conscious. Like when I do videos, like a lot of times I wouldn't upload videos because I'd watch the video and be like, oh my God, you see this line. So right now my lips are a little bit dry. They also look like they're falling apart because I'm still doing the treatment, okay? So the treatment is with the apple cider vinegar. It's still in the thing. I have this thing about leaving everything inside of the bag or the... So the apple cider vinegar... I'm trying to get this out, shit. All right. It's like a dressing, like some tight-ass spandex. So I use apple cider vinegar and I take a cotton swab. And so I put some on my cotton swab, right? And I put it on my lips. So while I'm doing this for 2 minutes, y'all, 2 minutes, I'm gonna talk to you about pretty privilege. I'm gonna talk to you about the ugly duckling syndrome. I'm gonna talk to you about pretty privilege. I'm gonna talk to you about the ugly duckling syndrome as soon as I close this bottle. So, when you have this on your lips for 2 minutes, I just wanna let you know it does burn or tingle a little bit. It's not too terrible, especially if you're the type of person that has apple cider vinegar. After you pat this in your lips for 2 minutes, you will see your lips kind of fawning and they will kind of start turning white. You start looking like a crackhead. Okay, so let's get to it. So ugly duckling syndrome, you know, like there's people that grow up after they had the ugly duckling phase and they look amazing, right? They grew up and now they look so good, but their personality. And I feel like ugly ducklings are affected by being an ugly duckling completely different, right? Like people get to choose who they want to be. And not everybody that goes from the ugly duckling stage to the beautiful or handsome stage in their life is going to be the kind of person who is going to be sweet and kind and generous and caring and understand what it's like to not be hot or to not fit the standard of beauty. Yeah. Some of them turn into kill the cheerleader people or kill the what's it called? The team captain? Yeah. Kill the team captain syndrome, which is when you become beautiful and then or handsome and then you feel like retaliating. You feel like you need to go and get vindication for and revenge for every time a guy turned you down or every time a girl said, ew, not interested. And I can understand it. Wanting revenge is like normal stuff. You see how my lips are turning white? Wanting revenge is normal stuff. But not understanding that you're wasting more time not developing the best sides of you or the sides of you that you haven't even tapped into because you are too busy trying to look good. Because that's what happens. Like if you're an ugly duckling, once you want to get out of that ugly ducklingness, you're working out, you're eating right, you're going out, and then when you get real sexy, you start like hooking up with randos or you start dating or getting more confidence, and then the time passes you by and you just realize, wow, I just spent like 5 years of my life looking great, having fun with all these people, but I didn't really learn how to be with anybody. And I didn't develop the things that is needed for like a long-term relationship. That's why you meet people that are very good looking and you're like, I don't understand why you're so good looking, but you have a hard time finding love, or you have a hard time, you know, keeping someone. A lot of times because they cannot communicate well. They're not communicating well. Their mind is very immature. They haven't experienced a relationship that is meaningful. And if they have, they don't know what happened to it, why it went to kaputs. Okay, so now you see my lips. They're kind of fawning a little bit. The acid is working in it. So I give it about 10 minutes, 10, 15 minutes. I leave it on my lips and I just keep going on with my day. Put your alarm on. I'm going to put my alarm on right now. Hey Siri, set my alarm for 10 minutes from now. Perfect. So I am filming at 12:34 and I'll be taking this off at 12:44. I could feel it. It's like a kind of like if you were to have rubbed your lips really, really hard and then put some lemon on it. That's really what it feels like. Plus, you can get this at the store. You can get this at like CVS, or you could go to like Vaughn's, Ralph's, literally any supermarket and get yourself apple cider vinegar, or order it online. Like, but I've always gotten the Bragg apple cider organic vinegar, always, like my whole life. So, all right, so, ooh, I feel it. All right, so, another thing about being like pretty and people assume, and I don't fit like the standards of beauty, but people assume that when you're beautiful, all of a sudden you have all the lucky and best options. Like they think that you get the best guys and you get the best dates and you get the best, and you'd be surprised how many beautiful women try to dumb down their beauty, because sometimes people will assume that there's like no hardships in dating, when in reality, the prettier you are, the less people expect from you, but then that doesn't help you grow. Or the prettier you are, the easier it is for people to think that you are prepared for something that you're actually not. Like, have you not seen those people that get hired at your job who don't know what the fuck they're doing, but because they are good looking and your boss likes them, they got the position, and now, yeah, they're working this job, but they don't know what the fuck they're doing. They're like fucking everything up. Sorry y'all, my eyes. So I have allergies, by the way. I just want to let y'all know I have like severe allergies. My partner has a dog. She's a dingo, and like her hairs be everywhere, and it's just like destroying my freaking eyes, like destroying my eyelid. Like this one's always swollen when she comes over. She's like, they have this thing where they're doing the mom dad sharing, you know, the ex. And so the dog sometimes comes back, and if it's been like a long day and she hasn't been home, my eyes go to normal, but then when she comes back, it's like, I look horrible. All right, so you see my lips turning white, like, you see my lips turning white. I got a couple more minutes left. Let's see. Yeah, a couple more minutes left. So yeah, so I think I understand when people that aren't conventionally beautiful assume that because you're beautiful, you have the best choices in guys, you have the best choices in dates and all this stuff, but it's not like that. You actually get a lot of guys that are just trying to get you in bed right away, and they they know that they're not capable of being in a relationship with you, but they know what to say or what to do. They've learned the pickup lines to make you fall in love with them. And I don't really think women are that different. Like, I think rich women, poor women, white women, black women pretty much fall in love, with about the same thing. Like, they fall in love with the same thing. Like, a great personality, someone makes them laugh, someone that fulfills their love languages. And if a guy is the kind of dude that's really, he's the kind of person who is studying his victim. He's gonna know what you want to hear, what you don't want to hear, how you like to be touched, all that stuff. So just know with pretty girls, they don't get the same type of luxury that a woman that isn't as pretty is. And the luxury is that they actually think you're smart. They actually think that you are going to run circles over their head, and they actually feel like you really don't need them. And I don't think that people understand that. People don't understand that when a girl is pretty, they automatically assume, oh, she has a guy and she's clearly taken. Like, why would a woman like her support herself? And it's like, there's lots of gorgeous, beautiful women out there that take care of themselves, pay their own bills, and are very independent, and they're gorgeous. And they may not want a guy, true, but people will assume if she doesn't want to be with a guy and she's beautiful, that she's ruined, and somewhere along the lines, something ruined her so bad beyond repair that she cannot be in a relationship. When in reality, pretty girls deal with guys who think, oh, well, I got this very pretty girl, and since I was able to get her, let me see if I could get another one and another one and another one, and let me see if I could get away with this. And what ends up happening is that beautiful woman who now, her soul is sucked out of her because of this ass. She realizes, okay, I don't need to be in a relationship. I don't need love like that. And then she comes off as the bitch, and she's not. She's just like, I put all my effort, I gave all my beauty to society, to men, to, people that were admiring it. And what did it get me? It still got me a divorce, still got me cheated on, still made me a single parent, or still didn't change the inevitable that I'm gonna age, and that, things around me can fall apart. I can fall apart. I could get in an accident and lose my beauty. And the hardest thing for a really, 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 really attractive woman and an attractive man, because I've met attractive guys. So, story. I freaking met a guy like 2 months ago, and he was so fine. I mean, so good looking. And he basically was telling me, it's drying up. Basically was telling me, hey, I'm feeling you. You're so, sexy. Let's hang out. Let's chill. Da da da. And I was just like, no. And he was kind of like taken aback because he's a very attractive guy. But see, what I noticed about him is that he was used to getting girls immediately. Like, they would just look at him and get instantly horny. But I've dated enough good-looking men. I mean, good-looking out of my league type guys. And being attractive just doesn't it doesn't make me jump for hoops. Like, it just doesn't. It just doesn't. So he even told me he's like, I can't believe you're not interested in me. Like, I've gone through so many dry spells. Like, I've gone out with so many girls who I've had to make them get drunk in order to sleep with me. And I'm like, you don't say. That's not going to make me want to hang out with you more, but okay. I feel like he told me that for a reason. And all it did was it pretty much stamped my thoughts on good looking privilege. When you're good looking, you think you could get whoever you want, when you want, how you want. And then you get to an age where you're just not that hot. Or you get to an age where the game that you used back then isn't the game that's used now. And you would have to get a little bit more cunning. You got to get a little bit more creative. And I thought that he just was lacking in that. Anyway, so he's struggling, and he's a man. He's good looking. He has his own business. He seems to have it all together, and he's still having problems. Like, he told me he hadn't had hooked up with a girl in a year, and this guy is literally like a 9.5. And by standards of like beauty in America, he's a 10. To me, he's just like, yeah, like a 9.5 or something, maybe. And that's just me being polite. But because my type is just not him, but I can recognize the standard of beauty in a different culture. So moving on, I think that, you know, if we took, it's time. All right, I'm gonna wash this off and I'll be right back. All right, guys, so my camera shut down. I washed it off, and I'm gonna use La Crema de Conchanacar, which is one of my favorites, just slightly on eyelids. You don't have to use this. I use it because I'm dumb. No, I'm joking. I use it because I love La Crema de Conchanacar. Ever since I got it, it's ever since I got it improved my skin. Yeah, so I do a little of this. I rub it on. It's actually sweet. Let's see if you can see that. See, it's like too bright. So I rub it on a little bit. It has castor oil, lemon, oyster. Oyster extract. Lemon. Honey. I do that. I leave it on for like 1 minute. Look, what have I been eating? Ooh. Ooh, I don't think white lipstick will look good on me at all. So, let me wash this off. You can use a baby wipe. You can use whatever you like. But you see these little... Do you see these little pieces? Those are the pieces that I'm trying to get rid of. And it's like, it's the last of it. So, yes, the inside is going to be a little burnt because of the acids. And I'm also a habitual lip biter. So, I recommend if you are a lip biter kind of person, that you don't bite before this. So right now I'm just kind of like taking off what the apple cider vinegar essentially peeled off, lifted, because that's what it does. It lifts the dead skin. So it's gonna be a little white for a while. Some people like using castor oil. I like using a mixture of castor oil and coconut oil. And a mixture of some coconut oil. I love. So I'll put a little bit on here. Get it real nice and greased up. And I just wait the next. So what I recommend as far as lipstick use, like if you want to use your lipstick, if you want to do, and I recommend only doing this every other day or every 2 days, as you desire. Buy Winky Lux. I love Winky Lux's lipstick because they're clear hue. They're clear lipsticks that make your lips super, super hydrated and also plump them up. It's still dry because, you know, I just went through that. So this is Winky Lux. I am at the bottom of this, like soup. I love this and I just can't just throw it away. I gotta use every little bit of it. So I'm gonna take my Q-tip, and just to show you guys, it's clear. I love Winky Lux. Like, I love it. Again, super clear Winky Lux. I like doing All right, so back to the subject about pretty privilege. In no time, you're gonna see my lips turn pink in a very natural color that matches my face. So, in short, it's just like, we have to stop looking at pretty privilege like it doesn't have its downsides. And we gotta stop looking at people that don't fit the standard of beauty as they not having anything good to offer. Because most of the time, people are not what they look like. I mean, I've seen over and over again that a person may look very kind and sweet and they may not be, or a person can seem very professional and, you know, very tactful, but then you get them in the right setting and they're not. There's just, we've obsessed too much on trusting people's abilities just because of their looks, and also letting them get away with things because of their looks. And yeah, I mean, everybody has to do their part in development. And if you are the kind of person that you never found yourself attractive and you finally got the chance to, you know, get surgery or get cute or whatever, or glow up, just know that there's more to life than looking good. The people that looked good for a while, trust me, they had to develop other things, because eventually it started looking like all they had to offer was their looks. And that gets played out. Like I said before, you've met those people that get hired at your jobs who are good looking and don't know what they're doing. You've met people that are good looking but have no talent, and somehow they're getting all this attention, but when they have to rise to the occasion to something that requires more than looks, they have a hard time doing it. So don't get jealous over, oh, this person's cute, whatever. Yeah, she might be pretty, but can she cook a steak? She might be pretty, but could she answer a basic history question? She might be pretty, but can she hold a conversation? Or he might be attractive, but does he have anything behind that? Like, does he have career goals? Is he driven? Any of that? And some of these people wait until they're in their 40s and 50s, but there's nothing wrong with that, to develop themselves. But I'm glad that they are willing to do it. It's just, it took so long, and they're wondering where their beauty and their time has went. And a lot of it has went into impressing people or filling in that character that people made them to be, right? Like, someone says, oh, she's a pretty girl who's like, gets all the guys. So you become the pretty girl who gets all the guys, but you don't want to get all the guys. You want to get the perfect guy. You don't just want to be the pretty girl. You want to be the beautiful one inside and out. Same goes for guys. You don't just want to be the handsome guy. You want to be the guy women feel protected and adored around and secure around. Not, oh, I'm so fine that, women go crazy over me and like, this is what women have to deal with. And then when you're 40 something and you're wondering why you can't keep a relationship, it's because grown ass women, fine or not, will leave your ass behind games like that. Because attractiveness doesn't change life's realities. Like, just because a man or a woman is super attractive and they've gone through the glow up and they've gone through all this stuff and the surgeries, that doesn't mean that they don't have internal issues. Plenty of people have gotten surgeries and they have serious health issues behind it. And plenty of guys think they're super hot and sexy but have a bunch of kids they can't take care of, or have no kids at all, because he thought that his sperm was too good to have a family. Hey, there's nothing wrong if you don't want a family. That's cool. I'm just saying, there's a lot of people that they held on to their looks so much. Like, there's people here in Hollywood that hold on so dearly and tightly to their looks and to also the hype and the image of them being so hot and untouchable that by the time they get into their late 40s, they're just like, I mean, I do want love. I do want all these things. And I'm not a heartbreaker. Like, it's like, yeah, say that to the 40 guys you dumped and pretty much crapped on your whole entire career, sweetheart. Like, and listen, it can happen to the best of us. This life isn't easy. You don't get a handbook, rule book that tells you how to be the best you. You just either learn it or somebody shares with you what they've learned and maybe possibly give you a Bible. Yeah. But anyways, guys, do you see my lips? I'm going to show you like a montage of what like my lips look like when they're darker. Like I was saying, I'm doing all I can to develop myself as a person. And I think that, for a while I thought, maybe my looks can get me by. But, I realized really, really fast by the time I was like, I think around 16, that like looks weren't everything. And when I hit 23, it was definitely a realization, because I noticed how much people were underdeveloped, even though they were extremely good looking in this day and age, which was weird because I was always the type of person who was like, let's have deep conversation. I want to talk about everything. I'm all about that. And I felt like most people weren't. So, yeah, I kind of I strive into becoming a person who is more than just a cute face. And I want to date people that are more than just cute faces. And I want you guys to value things more than beauty, because even though I love beauty, even though we all love beauty, I still want you to value things that aren't just that. Because not everything that's beautiful is good for you. And not everything that people make us believe is beauty is. Just because I'm beautiful here doesn't mean I'm beautiful somewhere else. And just because I'm not beautiful over there doesn't mean that I can't go somewhere where I am viewed as beautiful. Anyway, guys, I hope you like my video. I hope you like my lip tips. And I'll see you on the next one. Peace.